Pino. Damn, Tay, where you been?
Yo, say man, amen, what's going on, Forever Family? Haha, YouTube, it's your boy Lotto, man. It's never on time, but it's the right time of day, and today was the right time to bring out this reaction video, you feel me? So today we're about to be reacting to TylerPerry's best friend dropping his receipts in the, you know what I'm saying, in the worst way. But before we start the video, man, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notification, all that. If you're new to the channel, much love, appreciate you. Forever Family, you already know what to do. And yo, man, let's get into the video.
I know he's gay. He knows he's gay. We all have friends that know he's gay. I've hung around TylerPerry. I've known TylerPerry for years. TylerPerry is hiding in the closet, trying to hide his sexuality, and not really doing a good job about it when you stop and think about it.
In 2013.
Damn, why you gotta out my dog business? It really be your friends. My dog wanna keep his little secret and business to himself, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Damn.
NFL star Kerry Rhodes had just played his last game in the NFL. He didn't know it at that time. He was only around 30 years old, and he was trying to get back into the league, but things didn't work out for him. But around that year of 2013, a very interesting photo came out of him and his assistant, Alton Craig, and people were saying, hey, this photo is interesting. It looks like Kerry Rhodes is involved with this man. Now, it's interesting because at this time, Kerry Rhodes was still married to his wife, but people just didn't understand the closeness of him and this other guy. It didn't make sense. And then when you looked at Kerry Rhodes' assistant on Instagram, people thought that this man lived a gay lifestyle. Kerry Rhodes came out and talked about it and said, well, the rumors are what they are, but I am not gay. Down. Fast forward. Once this rumor came about, an NFL news reporter asked Kerry Rhodes about what he thought about the NFL's policy of asking about a future NFL's players' sexuality.
One little bit of a serious question. The NFL has been asking some of the candidates about their sexual orientation. Yes. How do you feel about that?
I think it's a good thing. I think for us, for a football player to grow as our franchise, our brand to grow, I think, you know, a lot of people outside of football think we're big tough guys, and that's what we're about. We're not anything past that. But you know, we have a lot of guys that are intellectual guys that are smart guys, that business driven, business oriented. And now, I mean, now that the sexual orientation thing is coming up, I think you will find that somebody will come out and say that they're, you know, whatever the situation is. And I think it's a good thing. I think the more you grow as a person, as an individual, you become secure with who you are.
Kerry Rhodes was still trying to distance himself from being gay, but then this happened. Shannon Sharpe's former assistant, then the boyfriend of Kerry Rhodes, came out by the name of Hollywood Mugler. He released a bunch of photos of them together in provocative positions.
No, that's good.
Kerry Rhodes is gay. I mean, anytime you lay with a person that has the same thing that you have between thy legs and you sleep with them, you're gay. But I think that I probably was the first guy that he tried, and he liked it.
Now, Kerry Rhodes went on to lose a lot of credibility amongst fans and people because, number one, you're living a gay lifestyle, and then number two, you lied about it. But there's somebody else who could also risk their career with that: TylerPerry. As we know, TylerPerry has a lawsuit from actor Derek Dixon, in which the guy is looking for $260 million.
That's a real person. That nigga look like an AI.
If it goes all the way through, he get paid $400 million. But for some, this might not seem okay because TylerPerry is not gay. He has a girlfriend, or had a girlfriend as a kid with an richer woman. And even though he may have some feminine attributes, that doesn't mean that TylerPerry is gay. He's never acknowledged the fact that he's gay. How is this lawsuit coming about? Clearly, this must be a lie, right? Down. And now, some old things are resurfacing. There's a YouTuber by the name of Walter Lee Hampton II. Now, if anybody knows about Walter Lee Hampton, I've seen his videos here and there. He's been on the platform for a long time. And some of his best videos are against his former friend, TylerPerry. Now, this isn't new. He's been doing these videos for at least 13 to 14 years.
Damn.
Some even 12 years old. And one of his most popular videos is called The Outing of TylerPerry. Can a gay man who is already out be outed? And then he says this.
The reason why Tyler Perry and I are really not friends even to this day is because Tyler Perry was uncomfortable with his sexuality and he didn't want anyone to know. And I was sitting there, me and him got into a very heated discussion at a restaurant many years ago, more than 10 years ago. And after that discussion, we really kind of distanced ourselves. So I see him and say hello, he'd see me and say hello. I couldn't understand how someone could be dislike themselves so much that they would hide who they were from everyone. And you know, and I'm learning that a lot of black gay men are just not comfortable with who they are. They're not proud of who they are. They're not happy with who they are. And this is sad. Very, very sad. Saying, I can't change who I am. Now, if I wanted to give it this big black nose, yeah, I could run and go see a bunch of plastic surgeons here, put a little pug nose right here, do something. If I could probably do something to my lips, and you know, and I probably can lighten my skin and look white. But I'm still gonna be a black man.
He says the reason why him and TylerPerry fell out is because TylerPerry was clearly gay. TylerPerry was going to gay clubs, hanging around gay people, and everybody knew that TylerPerry was gay, but he consistently tried to deny the fact that he was gay, and that him and TylerPerry stopped being friends because he confronted him about it. Like, hey, listen, man, like, everybody knows you're gay. I'm gay. And if you look at Walter Lee Hampton, he's a big guy, he's a bodybuilder, but he says, hey, I've known I've been gay since preschool. And, you know, it's something that we just got to accept instead of going around and act. And, you know, it's something that we just got to accept. I've known I've been gay since preschool. And, you know, it's something that we just got to accept instead of going around and acting like you're not
he
that.
is too?
And because of that fallout, him and TylerPerry have no longer been friends. But he goes on to say this.
You can't pray away the gay. You can't wish it away. A psychiatrist can't change it. People are born gay. Black people have got to be stopped being so ignorant and stupid about sexuality. We've got to stop letting religion dictate our lives in concerns to sexuality.
He says, well, you know, a lot of people are religious, and so praying the gay away, that's hard for people to do because people know that homosexuality is a sin, and so just being gay or being associated with being a homosexual is tough to do. Now let me just say, that's a great point. I'm gonna tell you why. If you guys from the black community understand how TylerPerry started off, he started off in the black church. Like, how I found TylerPerry was because of his particular plays that had like Tamala Man and David Man and the church plays that were touring all over the country. You know, back in the day, you used to have to fill out the money order like my grandma used to do, and then order them on P.O. Box, and they would send them to your house and they would play them on DVD. And that's how the world knew about TylerPerry. He literally got on just like Master P did. You know, Master P and E40 and Too Short, they were selling CDs out the trunk, right? And so TylerPerry got into Hollywood by building up a fan base by literally selling church plays. So a lot of things with TylerPerry have to do with a lot of religion-based things. And honestly, that is a part of his mantra. That's a part of his brand, right? His brand is Jesus, a part of TylerPerry, even though he's gotten into different things. But clearly, he's known as a person that's a Christian. And we already know that because there's a viral video of him laying his hands on T.D. Jakes and T.D. Jakes falling out. So TylerPerry plays a big role in the church. And clearly for him, a person that grew up in his generation, you can't come out and say that you're homosexual and be accepted by the church community in his time. Now, somebody like Lee Daniels, who's a filmmaker and show producer, he's clearly gay, but he's not attached to the church like Tyler Perry is. So Tyler Perry is trying to hide all of this, and here's how he's done it.
There's been all kinds of stuff said about Tyler Perry in sexuality over the years. Tyler Perry has paid out millions of dollars to keep his sexuality a secret. Millions. Tyler Perry, when people, I've known people who wrote books about Tyler Perry, plays about Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry would meet with them, give them money, have them sign a no-clause agreement stating that they will not speak about him. They won't say anything about him for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Who knows?
Damn.
He's did this with a lot of people, and he's gave them millions of dollars to shut up.
So all you gotta do is Tyler Perry. Hey, here's some money. You'll pay me? Shit. Well, why didn't you just say that then, nigga? Damn. That's all I had to do to get millions? That's how you get rich? All right.
Go ahead and write your play.
According to Walter Lee, he's been paying people out for years. This is back in 2013 or 2012, and he's been doing it even since that time. People have been trying to hide their books and whatever the case may yield. But the real issue is that with Tyler Perry is that he doesn't want this information out. But I think that many of us, let me not say this, we feel like we might be able to see what Mr. Walter is talking about, right? Let me just say this. If Tyler Perry were to come out and he was gay, wouldn't nobody be like, what? Really? Huh? We would all be like, woo, now that we got that out the way. Got him!
Let's just move on with their lives.
If Tyler Perry were to admit that he was gay, then it would give credence to these allegations from people over the years, former actors, this person, and because all of that is pent up inside of him, he has the urge to go out here and clap cheeks over here at Claphouse University, and he's trying to secretly do it. And now if he comes out and says he's gay, then okay, number one, he's probably going to be a heretic in the black church, even though the black church is changing now. But in the time that Tyler Perry was coming up, hey, if you were a person that was gay, you had to keep that on the low. Many of you guys remember like Reverend James Cleveland. You might remember Richard Smallwood. Stop the show. I mean, that dude's last name is... I mean, a lot of those guys in the black church, historically, I've heard about the great Reverend Charles Nix that played at the St. James Baptist Church in Detroit, that he was gay. A lot of people kept a lot of that under wraps, and as long as you didn't talk about it, it was okay. The black church had a don't ask, don't tell policy about sexuality. But Tyler Perry is still stuck in that generation of you don't ask and you don't tell. Maybe if he was 30, 35 in today's church, more accepting, it might be okay. But the reality is that whatever you do in the dark will come to the light, okay? You might be able to fool some people, but you won't be able to fool them all. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy.
He ain't lying about that. You know what I'm saying? You could be lying, you could be capping. It's gonna come out eventually, you feel me? But appreciate y'all watching, man. Let me know what you think about this whole thing, bro. Yeah. It's your boy Lotto, and we go.
Damn, Tay, where you